Can I have a question? So
All
for
right, so you got 11 seconds for the people to get out of their breakout rooms. Lots of chatter going on.
Recording
All
me.
right, so I'm not sure what happened. Oh, can you guys? Thank you. All right, good deal. So we still got some people in their breakout rooms. Come on, people. All right. So, what did you guys think of that quiz? Was it a lot harder than you thought it was going to be? Be honest.
The answers were a lot closer. It's like there was like two answers that were either.
That seemed really close,
Yeah,
like that either one could be correct, right?
Some trick questions.
So it was kind of hard, right? There were things like pick the best or the most, right? So those are the types of questions that we're going to be seeing. And the purpose for me writing them that way, it's not to be tricky, it's not to be mean, is that we're going to be trying to think a little deeper than just memorizing terms. And so these are really low stakes. And just so everybody knows, I will go in, and if you were here today and participated, you will get 100 on both of these quizzes. I don't want anyone starting off with a low grade in the class. So, all right, this was just a practice so you can see it. So I don't want anyone crying over a syllabus quiz. So the idea was to make sure we could all do this. I am a little worried because I only have 24 attempts out of 25, and I had several people not go into a breakout room on Zoom. So we'll have to see if we can get that fixed here for the next round. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this quiz. So what I'm going to do is what I want to show. Let's see. I really just want to show the graph. So we'll go scroll through all these names really quick. Close your eyes. All right. All right. So here's where, can you guys all see this on Zoom? Can I get some thumbs up? Maybe some people down in the College of Ed. Can you see this? I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. All right. Thanks for the thumbs up there on Zoom. So this is where we fell on the team assessments. All right. So we've got some that, still got the only 3 out of 10. And our highest grade was only somewhere in the 8s. Again, it was a weird point distribution. So we got a team here, a couple teams that got 8 out of 8.5. So a little bit lower than I was expecting, actually. But it's okay. It's all good. I'm not going to stress about it. We're going to talk about this quiz. We're going to go through these questions together. But working as a team, you should hopefully see that your team score is a little bit higher than your individual score. And I will open up your individual scores while you guys are working on your case study so you can see how you did compared to the team. All right. So the point of this exercise is also to we want to make sure that we come to class prepared. But this is also for learning. So let's go ahead and we're going to actually go through this quiz together. Let's do the preview. All right, so we'll take it together as a class and let's see how we do. All right. Oh gosh, it tells me I only have a minute left. Be fast. Hopefully it won't shut us down. Hopefully since I'm the teacher, it won't break. All right. So which of the following statements best represents the type of environment we will strive to achieve in our class this semester? Do I have a brave team who wants to share what they selected for this? Team 3, you want to go? Okay.
We chose C because it made most sense given that this is a bio class.
All right.
Yeah,
So team 3 selected C, an environment that is committed to the development of scientific advancement created by a diverse community of people. Any other teams want to debate that choice, have a different selection that they think it is? Does anybody choose something different?
We chose A.
All right, we'll go with them, and then I'll have group 4 go. All right, so I had somebody on Zoom. Let's see, I can see you on the big. Is that Havana? Was that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so what did you guys select?
We chose A for that question.
You chose A. All right. All right, so we failed because it submitted it without any answers. All right, so an environment that embraces differences in its and is dedicated to preventing bias, discrimination, and harassment. All right, that's a good answer too. Table 4, you had an answer you wanted to. Oh, they said B, but now they're regretting. Why are you regretting B?
So essentially, B sounded better when you read it out loud, but that's
Okay. All right. So we've got a team that voted for B, but then has pulled back their answer. We have a team that has voted for A and a team that has voted for D. So what do you think we should put in as a class? I'm not going to give you the answer. What are we going to put in as a class? Those of you on Zoom, if you want to put your selections in the chat. If somebody from the College of Ed wants to put it, have Mac put it in the chat. You guys can do that. And you all here, if you as a group of 4 teams want to come up with an answer, what does this room want to submit as their answer? We'll see what we get.
I'm good.
This is interesting. So our Zoom friends are very happy with B. I'm seeing a lot of B pop up from our Zoom friends. And I see a couple A's. Oh my goodness, this is hard. All right, the overwhelming response is B. Should I put B in, everybody? Go for it. All right. Oh, it's not going to let me. Darn. It's like we failed. Let's start a new one. All right, there we go. Now it won't time. All right, so we're going to put B. We're going to go to the next page. We'll come back and look at the answers. All right, so the next question. What is the most important step that you, a student, can take to be successful with completing online assignments on time?
C again.
All right, so I have a vote from over here in Ann Belk for C. Friends on Zoom. Okay, are the C's for this question? Yes, so they're putting in C's. What do I have from the College of Ed? I don't know if you guys can talk or if you want to just put it in the chat. Hold up a piece of paper. I don't know. I can see your classroom. All right. This room, do we all agree with team 3 over here with C? Does everybody think that's a good one? All right. I think that's a good choice. I'll agree. All right. What is the most important purpose of the learning activities? So these are the things that you're doing before class. So the lessons, the readings, videos, homework, and then the IRATs and TRATs that we did in class today. So those types of things. So what do you think is the most important purpose? So why am I having you do those things? What do you think is the most important? Team 2, do you guys want to share your response? Be kind of quiet. I'll pick on you a minute. You guys pick B? All right. Everybody else in this room is B what you're thinking? All right. What do we have on Zoom? All right. I'm seeing lots of B's come in. Excellent. All right. It looks like that's going to be our overwhelming choice. All right. How is the bulk of our in-class synchronous Zoom session time going to be spent? Team 1, do you want to share your response? D as in dog? Okay. So we got some D's. Participant. All right, I'm seeing some D's come in, some C's. What did you guys select? B. Okay, we've almost got the whole alphabet here. Anybody pick A? All right, so I guess we have to come up. I've got all kinds of things coming in the chat here on Zoom. So we need to come up with a choice here. So reviewing important course content. Are we going to be doing that? What do you think? Kind of, maybe using course content to solve problems and make decisions.
Yeah.
Okay, probably. Working on team writing assignments and reports. Is that what we're doing most of our times? Again, the keyword here is bulk. What's the bulk of our time? All right, I'm going to tell you right now, the answer is not D. All right, it's not D. All right, so let's pick a different letter because I've seen some D's popping up. I've got some people giving me LOLs in the chat. So I'm not going to stand up here and lecture every class period, all right? Although that could be fun. Bummer? I'm sure, right? All right, so it looks like it's between A and B. What's our second choice? I think B is overwhelming here. So that's what's coming up in my chat. I'm going to go ahead and select that. All right, looks good. All right, oh, we got a scenario. It's week 6. One of your team members who's actively contributed all up till now reaches out to you about KDA2. They confess that they are really struggling with the material and haven't had time to study. They want to know if you want to take the assessment at the same time as them so you can discuss the questions together. How would you respond? All right. Oh, somebody put like 4 C's in their answer. Okay, I think they really wanted me to pay attention to that one. I'm seeing Carson put like 10. All right. But I see some D's popping up in there as an option as well. Yeah, I think those are both good. Oh, I got a couple B's. Forward the email to your instructor and let them handle the situation. So they all seem kind of like okay, right? All except for maybe, I don't see anybody giving me A. All right, so should we go with C since like Carson put 10 of them in their chat? Yeah, everybody want to go with Carson's answer? You guys good with that on Zoom? I see heads nodding. Okay. You think D? Well, that's okay. You can think, we'll put C because that's what most people have put. And then we'll debate it here in a moment. We'll see what the correct answer is. All right, we've only got one more question. It's October 18th. All right, and one of your team members is trying to decide if they should drop the class because like the drop date's like what, the 19th or something like that. They currently have an 81% in lectures. They're doing well, but they have like a 25% in lab and they need to take 1802 next semester. What would be the most appropriate advice that you could give them? Kira put like 1,000 C's. Kaylee put 2. Blake put 2. All right. Oh, no, Blake put 2 A's. Courtney put D. So where are we at here? I have lots of people putting C. I've got D's with smiley faces. This is a pretty hot debate in the chat. This is tell them to drop out. Uh-oh, we're supposed to be supporting each other. What do you think? What are we going to tell this person? C. Tell them to talk to their lab instructor to see if they can get their lab grade up to a 60%. All right, I think we're going to go with that. Although I really appreciated the emojis for D. That was awesome. All right, we're going to finish our attempt. Let's see how we did as a class. I'm going to submit and finish all. I can't change my answers. We did pretty good as a class. Look at that. All right. Still didn't get 100, but we got an 8.33. All right. So we got question 1 right. Does anybody want to argue with me on that one? Which of the following statements best represents the type of environment we will strive?
Like to retake back our
You would like to retake that you're taking back? Well, you had a lot of support on Zoom, right? That's why we selected it. All right. So yes, we are striving to become scientists, or but for letter C, I know that was a popular choice. Do you think in this course that we're going to make an advancement in science? Probably not. Like, we're not doing any research in this lecture class, right? So I don't know. I wasn't anticipating. Maybe we discover something pretty cool, right? But the best thing that we're trying to do is really create an environment here that's going to help you develop and support, a community, right? So I don't know if you know this or not, but we learn as humans in communities. So, all right. Good job. If you want to debate that more, we can, but I do want to keep moving on. What is the most important step that you, a student, can take to be successful with completing online assignments? We got this correct, referring to the assignment guide. I think everybody was in agreement with that. This one we got wrong. What is the most important purpose? All right, so we put creating this social learning environment where students can compare their understanding of course concepts. We are doing that. What do you think might be, I don't know if I can, let's see. Let's find it. To turn initial individual preparation into true readiness. There you go. Did anybody put that down as an answer?
We did.
You guys did? Team 3 did? Did anybody on Zoom put that in as their answer? If you put it in. Okay, so team 13, team 16. Oh, no, you didn't put that as an answer. All right, so what we're trying to do with this stuff is to really help you all become independent learners, right? A lot of you are freshmen this year, not all of you, but the majority of students in this class are freshmen. And so we have to take our learning up a notch, right? After you finish college, right? There's not going to be someone handing you a syllabus and telling you like how to learn to do your job, right? You've got to learn different things on your own. And so this is to help you prepare for that and to be able to learn on your own and apply that information. If you want to argue with me about that, we can certainly start a discussion forum on it. I don't mind. This course is supposed to promote, and what I mean by argue is not a negative thing, but to actually have a true argument where we use facts and things of that nature. All right, how is the bulk of our in-class time supposed to be spent? Right, we're going to be solving problems and making decisions. And the best answer was to reply to your teammate that you emphasize with them and encourage them to reach out to the instructor and the learning center. And then for number 6, you are correct. I saw some people put in the chat, you do have to have a 60% in lecture and a 60% in lab in order to pass. If you have a 95 in lecture, but you have a 25% in lab, unfortunately, you have to take the whole course over again. All right, so both components are extremely important. Since you all probably don't have calculators and couldn't calculate this because our grade book's a little bit complicated, right? We don't know how many assignments are left in lab. They might be able to get that 25% up to a 60. It's kind of debatable, right? Normally, if you haven't been doing well up until that point, I've not seen many students do a complete flip around, but some do. So it's really important to talk to your instructor to see if there's a chance, for you to be able to pass. So it's always good to ask first, then to just drop. So always ask for help. All right, any questions with this? All right, I did have one more activity for us to do. I might move our dysfunctional team. It's pretty short, but I think I'm gonna move that to next week. Why don't we add that to next week's thing? Because I kind of took a long time to get through this stuff. Especially since we're gonna be talking more about teams next week. So we'll add that there. What I want to do now is try and find my PowerPoint again. There it is. All right. Because I just want to make sure everybody knows what we're going to be doing next week. And then if we have like 5 minutes left at the end, we'll look at the Jamboard. All right. So I can put that together. All right. So we did that. We'll go to that Jamboard here in a second. I just want to make sure, because this is the first week, that everybody knows what to do, right? The assignments this week are simple, easy things. You want to start off the semester with, you know, an A, right? Might as well start off on this positive note. So orientation materials should be completed. Those were due last night. However, I know some people were still trying to figure things out. Some people added the class, you know, late this week. So I did extend the VoiceThread assignment until, I believe, Sunday. If there are any other assignments this week only, all right, special going on. If you need to finish anything in the orientation, let me know and we can open it back up for anybody who needs to complete it. So let me know. All right. So that's your special for this week. So what's due Sunday? Your Mastering Biology tutorial. So basically, it just helps you learn how to use that system. It's super easy. I don't think you can fail it. It's just a completion assignment. So just click on it. And then there's the chemistry assessment. Again, this is 22 points. If you get a 3 on it, does anybody remember how many points you're going to get in the grade book? 22 points, right? So this is the, you know, this week is like, hey, if you just try and give things your best, you're going to get full credit, right? So the IRATs, TRATs, and the chemistry assessment, you're going to get full credit for just participating. Yes, ma'am.
So what was the voice?
It was the introducing yourself. So where you made a slide and then like just talk to us about like who you are. It's in the course welcome and orientation section. If you need help, just let me know.
My mic doesn't work on here, so can I just like type up something in the comments?
So actually, if your mics don't work, because this happens to a number of students, I left the option on the VoiceThread that you can use your phone. So you click on the little phone icon where it says comment, you type in your phone number, it calls you, and you basically leave your comment in a voicemail and it'll pop it right up on the screen. So it's really cool. I've played with it. So it works really well. So if your mics aren't working, you can use the telephone to get that to work. All right. So I want everybody to finish out this week with 100% A. There's no reason you shouldn't have 100%. So if you need something reopened or if you've had an issue, let me know and we will certainly try to address it. So what are we going to do next week? Okay, next week we're going to start to get a little bit more serious. All right, so we're going to learn some stuff. All right. So I'll do a little lecture. So we've got like an hour and 15 minutes. I'm not going to talk that entire time, but I'm going to introduce the process of science. All right, which is what next week's topic is on. But we're going to be basically doing stuff with the process of science all semester. All right, that's like the key cornerstone of a science course. We will have an IRAT, TRAT on Tuesday. All right, so I'm going to lecture first. You can ask me some questions. And then we're going to do this whole IRAT, TRAT thing again. All right, but with that material. So as I mentioned, week 2 is open. The homework is available as well as the lesson. So you have between now and Tuesday to kind of go through that material. Look at those learning objectives. Remember, we talked about that on Tuesday. That's what I'm going to try to frame these questions for the IRAT around. All right. On Thursday, we're going to be doing a case study looking at how jumping spiders use coloration to communicate. So it's pretty cool. I'm still working on putting this together. I do need you to do part of it, and it's not hard, before class on Thursday. So this particular assignment I missed on our assignment schedule. So I've tried to like highlight, hey, this one is a new assignment. It wasn't there, and I'll remind you on Tuesday. I should have it ready, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, possibly Monday. But basically, you're just reading some introduction. You're going to make some observations. You're going to try to come up with some questions and a hypothesis. So you have something to discuss with your team, and then you'll come together and figure out which question and hypothesis you want to use. So it's going to be really good if you come to class next Thursday prepared with some of that. And now I'll have a little lesson to walk you through it. And then next Sunday, so not this weekend, but the following weekend, is when we're going to submit our first assignment for the term project, which is really simple. You're going to pick a topic, and you can change it, but start thinking now, what topic does your team want to research? All right, and this is going to be a literature search. So after you kind of read through the resources on the process of science, and there are some in there that I think it's like the top, was it 25 or 125? I can't remember. Unanswered questions that scientists are looking at right now. So feel free to look at that to give you some ideas. But basically, you're going to pick a topic, and starting around week 8, you're going to do a literature research on that topic. You're going to come up with a question, a hypothesis, and try to see if you can answer your hypothesis through the literature. All right, so you want to pick something that's you're interested in. You've got diverse teams, right? You're all like different majors for the most part. So start thinking about what interests you, and then you're going to get to debate amongst yourselves and come up with that one topic. And then you're going to select who's going to be responsible each week for submitting the assignment. All right, so everybody's going to take a turn being the leader. All right, for a particular assignment. So it doesn't all fall on one person. Okay, so, and there's always a co-captain. So we have a captain and a co-captain. I think I even got rid of the word leader. All right, and you're going to captain your team through completing whatever the assignment is for that week. So that's what we have to look forward to next week. I hope it sounds exciting to you all. And we do have about 4 minutes, if you can bear with me just a few more minutes. Oh, seriously. I love Google, don't you all? It's going to take me 4 minutes to sign into this. All right, now I got a duo again. Can't remember in here. All right, so what we're looking at here in just a second. So these were all of the posts, and I read through some of these today. So you guys did a great job coming up with ideas. And I don't know if I can make it. Yeah, let's make it bigger somehow. All right, I don't know. Can you guys, some of the font is really small that people wrote, but some of the things that are on here that people have for criteria that we're going to use to kind of assess our teams. And those of you on Zoom or down in 108, if you want, you can click on our Jamboard link that's in As You Learn, and you can see this on your own screen if this is too small. Communication seems to be a big one, right? So is that something we can all agree that I should put on our team evaluation form? And does anybody want to expand on what they mean by communication? What are you looking for from your teammates when it comes to communication? Because that's a really broad term.
Staying on task.
And like putting forth your own ideas and not just sitting back and letting the group like talk for you.
Okay, so being active participants in the discussion, so like coming prepared and being able to contribute, right? Okay.
I think that if someone's struggling, then they should also be able to voice their concerns with the team.
Yes, I love that. So one of the other suggestions was that if someone is struggling, that they should feel comfortable to be able to express that to their team and get some help. Absolutely. You know what that takes to accomplish is a bunch of trust. All right, so we've got to learn to trust our team members, that they're going to be respectful and not judgmental, right? So that's something we're working on in this class. So that's great. I love it. What else can we mean by communication? What's the obvious thing with communication?
If you have a problem,
Say that you have a problem.
Answer people.
Answer people, right? So normally when I think of communication, I'm like, okay, we have to get this assignment done. You know, Sam, do you have, you know, this part done that you said you were going to do? Can we all make sure we have this ready by 3 o'clock? Because I've got to submit it before I have soccer practice at 7, right? So communicating, making sure you're responding to each other's emails, texts, whatever your team decided was your mode of communicating with each other is probably going to be pretty important, right? So if you have troubles with communication, we will come up with, you know, we can discuss, we'll discuss different parts of these things as we go along, but we can address how to handle that. All right, so I've got 3 things. So helping struggling members, everyone contributing. So coming prepared, communication, we need 2 more. What else do we got up there? We've got respect, kind of covered that. Being open-minded, I like that. Is there any other big ones? What about attendance? I don't see that on this community board. I might be missing it. Is attendance important? Yeah, attendance is going to be really important, right? Because this is the time where you all get to be together, right? So it's intentional. I'm not like lecturing in class and saying, okay, on your own time, go figure out how to get 5 people together that have totally different schedules and do this project, right? That sucks, right? No one wants to do that in college. No one wants to do that ever. So coming to class is going to be important. So I think we should put attendance as one of those. If you're good with those 4 criteria, I'll use those. If anybody has anything else they want to add, feel free to put it up on our Ask It basket and just say suggestions for the team criteria. And I will have a Google Sheet ready for us to kind of review as a class and vote, make sure it's how we want it. And we'll do that on Tuesday. All right, and I think it is 6:31. I apologize. I owe you 60 seconds back of your time. But thank you all for being such a great class today, for your patience, especially down there in the College of Ed. I hope you all have a great weekend. Stay safe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the second. What's the second one
It
done?
might be because, what is that? Oops. The touch screen? No, okay. Mine isn't either, but I touch it all the time. It could be because of the weight. So we have a crazy grade book where things are weighted. So so why is that? So this is probably from our score on the quiz. So right now, it's only, like, you don't have any credit yet for the TGAT because I have to go in and manually put those in. So that might be from the score on your IRA.
Yeah, the photos of what you like.
But keep an eye on it and let me know. Sometimes it gets a little wonky, but yeah. Yeah, no worries.
Very fun about the orientation.
Anybody on Zoom need any help? I see a couple people left. Jesse, are you good?
Okay, you're the other Anna, right? I am the other Anna. Okay. So I need to add you to the group meet.
Yes. No, weren't you already in the group meet? Didn't you make it?
I'm Anna Gardner. She's Anna Bader. Anna BMG.
Okay. Yeah. So that's me and that's G. Oh.
It might be.
Okay.
I am.
Can you tell me your
I mixed that up so much.